and I'm back with another score assessment video. But you know what I noticed? These videos are too long and it takes me a long time to make them. So as you can see from the last time to this time, it took a long time for me to post another video. And the reason is because it's YouTube. YouTube requires specific video editing, sound editing, things like that. It's not just I record and upload. I gotta put a lot of work into it. And with score assessments, I think waiting this long for a score assessment is not good for the viewers. So what I want to do is, let's move this to Instagram. What do I mean by that? So what I'm going to try to do is post at least one score assessment a day for someone, right? And it doesn't take me that long to run through one score. So maybe a minute. And I don't need to edit that. I hope you don't mind. I don't edit it. And I can post it directly to Instagram. So what I want you to do is go to my Instagram, and basically if you want, you can follow me. But the next time I post a score assessment video, it'll just be one score on there, and you drop your scores in the comments there. And I'll take scores from every video that I post, and I'll try to make a score assessment on a regular basis. Like every day, I will try to do it every day. That way, we don't have to wait a week, 2 weeks for me to post one of these. You feel me? Y'all ready for this? Let's go. So first up, we have Faison. Now looking at your score, this was your first attempt. It's not a bad attempt. Now you got 83 in the listening. You also got 79 in the writing. So we need to improve our speaking and our reading, right? Now, because that writing is only at 79, I want to look at that as well. We want to give ourselves some room because sitting at 79, that's risky. Now, how are we going to improve that? Well, we can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The easy way would be the summaries, because overall you're writing the summaries, the essays, they weren't actually maxed out. They weren't perfect. There's still points missing. The essay itself, I'm not so concerned about because you're already at 79. We don't need to work on the essay, even though it's not good. By improving the summaries, you improve that writing, but you also add points to your reading and your listening. So that would definitely help with that reading score, right? And now because the speaking itself is not at 79, that means we should be losing points from the read aloud as well. Now, improving that read aloud will give you more points in the reading. So all of that will benefit the reading without you actually trying to improve that reading, because that's the hardest to improve. Got it? Next, we have Depeche. Now, Depeche, you also need 79. You're not far from where you need to be. We got 85 in the reading. That's one of the hardest things to do. Now, the listening and the writing, they're very close. The speaking, we have some work to do. But let me talk about that writing first. It doesn't seem like your writing is actually maxed out. So what does that mean? From the summaries, we can actually get more points. So if we get more points from the summaries for the writing, we can also get it for the listening. And that's summarized spoken text. There's not that many points there, but summarized spoken text can contribute to your 2 points in your listening. We'll get more to the listening later, but we'll definitely get that 1 point for the writing. So we don't have to prepare too much. The writing is easier to improve. Now with that speaking at 71, we need to improve a little bit of everything. It's not just the repeat sentence, because repeat sentence will help you with that listening score. So you get more. So you get over 79. But to get that speaking over 79, it looks like it's a little bit of everything, even the describe, image, and retell lecture. I'm not really sure what you're doing for those tasks, but those are easier to improve because you can actually use templates. But read aloud and repeat sentence, you got to work on those. Next up, we have Aishenka. Aishenka, we need 65. But at the moment, we don't have anything over 65. But that writing is quite close. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But I'm going to talk about the speaking first. The speaking has to improve. Otherwise, it's going to hold down the rest of the points. There's a big disparity between the fluency and the pronunciation. Usually when that happens, it's because how you're speaking is incorrect. It's not picking up your pronunciation. So you got to have that assessed by someone. Now, by improving the speaking, hopefully getting over 65, it will heavily contribute to your listening and that reading score. So we should be able to get very close to 65 or even higher just by improving that speaking because of how high your writing score is. So with that said, the writing itself is not maxed out. So there's areas to improve there. But because we're still missing points in the listening and the reading, I would say focus on those first to contribute to the writing score. So you can do both at the same time because there's just more points there. For example, the write from dictation has a whole lot of points. The reading and writing fill in the blanks as well. You're not that far from 65, so it's not like you have to improve a lot. I hope that helps you. Next up, we have Girong. Girong, we need to have 65 as well. Now, the good thing is we have a couple modules already over 65. That speaking's at 73, good work. Listening at 68. So we're just looking at the reading and that writing. From the looks of it, the writing was not good. None of it. The essay, the summaries, right? So if that's the case, and we're not that far away, let's get some of those points in the summaries because it can help with your reading score, specifically the summarized written text. The summarized written text will impact that reading score. So improving that, which is easier, we can get probably 65 or maybe just short, maybe 64, let's say. But you should be able to get to 65. But just to be safe, work on the reading and writing fill in the blanks. So you're covering both ends that affect each other, the reading and the writing. Next up, we have Nina. Nina, you need 79, and this is very close. Speaking 90, listening 88, oh my goodness. Now, we are 1 point shy of that writing score. So let's get that. And then we need a 79 in the reading. So I'm going to give you 2 areas that I want you to look at. And they have nothing to do with reading. Now, because the reading is the hardest to improve, I don't want to go there first. But on top of that, the writing is already at 78. That means you must have done well in the reading and writing fill in the blanks. Okay, so how come we're not at 79? Well, the writing itself doesn't look good. The summaries, they don't look good. So if you improve that, just like a lot of other people, I don't know why so many people are having issues with summaries now. Maybe just using that technique, copy and pasting the sentences, that doesn't always work. So that might be the technique that you're using and we want to try and figure something out because that's not always going to work. So improving the summaries, summarized written text, that will help you with the reading score, right? Now, that will get you over 79 for sure in the writing, but the reading probably will not. Now, why is the writing so high and the reading not? Well, there's 2 possibilities. Maybe you're missing points in the reading that are not affecting the writing. Reorder paragraphs is usually the case, okay? Or read aloud. Even though your speaking is 90, it doesn't seem like the speaking is fully maxed out because you can see the enabling skills. So if the problem is read aloud, by improving the read aloud, you'll get even more points for that reading. And you don't have to improve reading. All right, next we have my. Now we have everything over 79 except for that reading. Now, a lot of people will probably go directly to the reading and try to improve that. But because I see that high writing score, 84 in the writing, there's something else that I think I want you to do. I have seen this before. I have seen scores like this before. So if you want to trust me on this, this is what I think you need to do. It's not the reading. Because the reading contributes to that writing score. The listening contributes to that writing score. And that writing score is high. So why is the reading low? I think it's read aloud. If you improve that read aloud, I believe the way that you're doing the read aloud is incorrect. I'm not sure where you're getting your techniques from, but it looks like I have seen scores like this before. Improving that read aloud because your speaking is not maxed out. Max that out and it'll improve your reading score. And we don't have to work on reading because reading wastes time and it's hard. All right, next up we got MD. MD, you got 65 and now you want 79? Come on, that's just being greedy. I'm just kidding. Most people want 79. Most people want to get as high as they can. And the good thing is, you're almost there. Now, reading at 84, that's an excellent thing. Speaking 79, we want to be careful. We want to get that a little bit higher. So at the moment, the biggest difference is that listening and that writing. Now, usually when I see such big differences with the listening and the writing compared to the other scores, my first question is, did you finish the exam? Because the only thing that can pull the scores that much lower is the write from dictation. And if you don't finish that write from dictation, that's the type of score that you're going to expect. So that's actually a good thing. If you didn't finish it, then it's time management, easier to improve. If you did finish it, wow, it looks like we didn't do so well in that write from dictation. We missed a lot. Even though the writing module itself, it doesn't seem like you did perfectly. There's still points missing there, but it's nothing compared to what the write from dictation will contribute to your writing score. All right, next up we got Hong. Hong, we need 79. And look at that speaking. We got it. The listening, 83. Well done. So we're only left with reading and writing. But that's the bad news, because right now, in order for us to get that 79 in the writing, we got to improve the reading. Maybe you ran out of time, hopefully, but the writing itself wasn't maxed out, but you're not going to get that many more points. There's too many points missing. So I wouldn't start from improving the writing. I would improve the reading. And the reading tasks that affect your writing score would be that reading and writing fill in the blanks. So I don't know if you got that first or you got that last. If you didn't finish it or you had to guess on it, then maybe that's why the score looks the way it does. But if you did finish it and you had plenty of time, then we answered a lot of them wrong, I would assume, because that would affect your writing score as well. So focus on that, and then you can focus on writing as well, but writing is not as important. Next up, we got Imran. Imran, we want 79. And the only thing we got over 79 is that speaking, and it's exactly 79. So this is actually one of the more common scores that you will see. A lot of people have scores like these. With the speaking being the highest score and everything else under the speaking score, that usually means that we're not getting the listening and reading points for the writing. That's why the writing is not there. Now your writing itself is almost maxed out, but it's not. And we can't get any more points. We can't get much more points from the writing, not to hit 79. So where are the points missing? It's going to be in the listening and it's going to be in that reading. So this is when I say we got to focus on tasks that affect writing. So that's the write from dictation, listening, fill in the blanks, reading and writing, fill in the blanks. Those are the more difficult tasks. Now the speaking itself was sitting at 79. So I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So you do still want to work on the speaking just to increase that score, to feel more comfortable. So read aloud and repeat sentence would probably be a safer bet to try to improve, because that will help you with the reading and listening score as well. Next up, we got Penny Lane. We need 79. And the only thing that we don't have 79 in is the speaking. My goodness. With that writing score at 88 and that speaking score under 79, now the writing score itself cannot get 88 unless you do well in the reading and listening, specifically the tasks that affect your writing score. So that's what we want to use as our as our clue, right? Now, because our speaking is low, reading and listening are actually both over 79, but which one is just making it? And that's the reading. So in my opinion, you want to work on areas that will help reading and listening. Reading specifically, so that's the read aloud. The listening is almost perfect, so pretty much you don't really have to worry about the repeat sentence. The only thing from the speaking that will affect reading is that read aloud. So that, I would say, that's your number one priority. By improving that, you will get speaking and reading points, just to be safe for that reading. And based on the pronunciation being that low and its fluency that high, it's most likely technique. It shouldn't be English. I don't think you have a problem with speaking English. I think the approach was not right. So you got to get somebody to check that for you. All right, there you have it. That's our last score assessment on YouTube. What does that mean? Am I going to stop making YouTube videos? Hell no. I'm just going to stop making score assessment videos because it takes too long. I'm going to save this for tutorials and updates on PTE. But for score assessments, I need to get the information to you faster. And how do I do that? I'm going to use Instagram, because on Instagram, I can make 1-minute short videos. I don't really need to edit that, and I'll post it on a daily basis. So if you want your score assessed, go to my Instagram. The next score assessment video that I make, just put your scores in the comments below, just like YouTube, but put it in the Instagram. And on a daily basis, I'm going to take one score and I'm going to give you a score assessment. And hopefully that gets you the information faster. All right. So for everyone else, if you thought the tutorial was helpful, please check out my other tutorials. Remember to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.